Right, good afternoon. It's Saturday. I haven't done a Selwyn van vlog for a while. So I'm not in Selwyn. I'm out. I've just done a quote and I got something on my chest and it's not here that I want to get off. And it's VAT. So pick your brains. All you guys are professionals out there that are VAT registered. Help me out because we have just gone, well, we've been VAT registered now since February. Um, and basically, I've got a brief understanding of it. Obviously, if you go to over £85,000 in the UK, you've got to, by law, register yourself as being VAT registered. So then you've got to charge your client 20%, which is the current rate of VAT on labour and materials. Or if you're just charging for labour, it's still 20%. So either or, you just got to charge 20% on either your labour and your materials or both together. You got to put that to one side, and then every 3 months you got to pay your VAT. Now, the stumbling block for me was I've been very worried about this for the last couple of years, simply because we're working in the domestic sector, right? Not commercial. So if you're working for commercial, and say for example, I'm working for Wimpy Homes, right? I would put a VAT invoice in for Wimpy Homes and they could claim their VAT back because they're in the commercial sector, they're VAT registered as well. So it's not really an issue. It's kind of expected. If you guys are working on site, on price work and you're running gangs and stuff, and maybe you're supplying the materials or whatever, then it's the same thing. You'd be billing them VAT, they'd be claiming their VAT back, and it wouldn't be an issue. But Mr. and Mrs. Jones, so to speak, who have their own property, domestics, they're not VAT registered. So then what happens is, say I go to price and extension or a landscaping job or whatever it is, say that's £10,000. Then I got to put the VAT on top of that of 20%. So basically, if I go against somebody who's not VAT registered, then I'm going to be a heck of a lot more expensive than the people who are not VAT registered. So do Mr. and Mrs. Jones not use me or people in the same field as me in terms of being VAT registered? Do they then think, well, no, I'm not using him because he's going to be too expensive, he's VAT registered, I'll go look for somebody that's not VAT registered? But then I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. If it's £85,000 a year and you got a van and you got myself, and like with me, I got Fraser and I got Brad employed on the books. They get holiday pay, they get sick pay, they get paid for their bank holidays, they get all that. We've got insurances, so if one of them, God forbid, if any of us get hurt on site, oh, excuse me, we got insurances with the company that will pay for that. So we got employers liability, we got public liability. The van's all legal. Everything's legal with what we do. There's no stone unturned. Everything is legal. So I've got to pay for that, and to pay for that, I've got to charge the client for that. So what I found was, we went 85 grand, phoned the accountant, and I said, look, we're 85k, we've got to go VAT registered now, whether we like it or not. So they put things in place. I said, what have I got to do? So we had about a year's worth of bookings ahead of us. I then had to phone all the future clients and say, well, look, sorry, but your price has now just gone up now by 20%. And out of a full year's bookings, two people cancelled, which I was expecting a lot more. And, we were going to I gave all their deposits back and everything. One client changed the goalposts on us. He wanted a completely different job, and figured out in the end that he just, it wasn't feasible for him to do it. So that's the one reason why they cancelled. And then the other guy, the other family, a lovely family, was looking forward to working for them, and unfortunately I think the VAT was about 4 grand, and they just couldn't afford to pay for it because they had other stuff going on within the house. So, but other than that, I was shocked. And the current big project we're on now, sorry, there's people walking behind the car. The current big project we're on now, he said, yeah, no problem, we'll pay it. If there's another company coming out for this size project, we'll have to pay for it. So size project. So I suppose if you're doing a project and your project's 80 grand, for example, then you're already above the VAT on the 80 grand, aren't you? So one project's going to do it for you. So the other thing I was thinking about then is, if somebody wants a job done, and they want a little tiny garden wall done, and it's nothing too big, it's nothing too dramatic, then obviously, you know, the chap, me, previous, for many, many years, that's under the 85k VAT threshold, I might be somebody that they want to look for because they're not paying VAT. But then if, like on YouTube now, we're building a bit of a, building a channel on YouTube, and it's to, you know, we won't go into what it's for. A lot of clients are looking on there now, and they're seeing the work we're doing, and they want similar work done themselves. So I think there's an understanding there based on what I've experienced so far being VAT registered, is people are willing to pay because they understand, and they're buying into the fact that of what we do and other similar companies out there of what they do. But I just wanted to get it from you guys, and girls, well, what you thought about it, what experience you'd had if you run a business in the same thing as what we do, the building and landscaping. If you'd experienced problems further down the road, maybe a year, 2 years in, if you haven't been able to afford your VAT, if you haven't understood it, and you haven't put enough money to one side to be able to pay for it, how would you find claiming your VAT back? Is it making your business more profitable? Is it making your business out there more in terms of getting more jobs in? Or is it making your business something that's being stifled? You feel like somebody's got your foot pinned down on top of your head and you can't breathe? Is it, you know, is it making you go bust? Is it putting financial constraints on you? What's your clients think about it? So there's many questions that are floating around in my head, and you're gonna have to excuse me. Brad's not here today. If you watch our videos, I've just had a Greg's pasty, and he's not sat next to me in the side of the car, and he's not ogling me for the leftovers of my pasty. So I've had a pasty, and I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Oh, lovely, without that bloody idiot next to me going home. Anyway, got sidetracked, as I do. So what do you think about it? I mean, then on top of that, you've still got to pay your income tax. You've still got to pay your tax on it. You know, your regular tax you would pay, VAT registered or not. So that's still got to be paid. You've still got to cater for that, and you've got the VAT on top. Then you've got to send people invoices. Then you've got to keep all your invoices. Then you've got to go back and forth to the accountant a heck of a lot more. Then you've got to pay your accountant if you've got an accountant to do it, which I have, because I haven't got time to do it. I would do my head in to do it anyway. So you pay the accountant a heck of a lot more money to be able to do it for you. So what do you think? The other thing is, if you're a consumer out there and say you're looking for a job to do, and it's like a 10, 20 grand job, what you've got to understand is, you know, you do 8, 10, 20 grand jobs, or 8, 10 grand jobs how quick would it take you to do 8, 10 grand jobs? Think about it. You've got a crew of 3 or 4 people. You've got, all your expenses going on. Say you get through those 8 jobs, which will then take you over the £85,000 or thereabouts threshold. Say that takes you 6 months to do 8,000-10,000 jobs, which is not something that's too far ahead of thinking. Within 6 months, you're over the VAT threshold. I suppose the only way you could do it is you could say to your client, well, look, you know, I'm not paying for any of the materials. I'm not paying for no materials at all. I will just give you my labour charge. You don't have to pay VAT. We'll just charge you labour. You pay for the VAT. You pay for your materials. Nothing to do with me. Every time you want a bag of sand, every time you want a bag of cement, every time you do this, you've got to get them to pay for your materials. If you pay for your materials on your business account, then that's on your business name. Say you then bill your client, it's got your business name, Brickright, on your Travis Perkins account or your Jewson's account. So if you get investigated, you've then paid it, even though they've paid you. So they'll backdate your VAT. So they're going to have to pay for all those materials independently of you. So it's a lot of headache then, isn't it, in terms of getting them to do that. Then you've got to think of, they're your prices. Those prices are your prices. You've worked hard or I've worked hard to build a rapport with the builders merchants. The prices are going up through the roof. So I don't think there's ever really been profit in building materials, to be honest with you. I know a lot of the guys say they put 5% and stuff on. Maybe we should, but we don't do that. But if you're going to be having your clients paying for the materials, you haven't got no area of where you can earn any money on the materials. Do you work hard to work your prices out, and you give them your loyalty, and you do everything in your power to be loyal to that builder's merchants to get the good price. So why should your client have that? Should your client have that? Don't know. You tell me in the comments below. So yeah, it's something I wanted to get off my chest. It's been bothering me a little bit. Wanted to know what you guys thought about it. So it's a van vlog. I haven't done one for a while. Didn't want to come out in Selwyn today because he's doing my bloody head in. I've still got that that light on the dashboard, the engine management light coming on. So I got to get that dealt with. So there we are. Leave all your thoughts in the comments below. If there's anything I haven't thought about, leave them in the comments below, and maybe I'll do another video on this, because I think there's loads of people out there now, especially because the prices of materials have got to have another drink of coffee. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Especially because the prices of materials have gone through the roof and still are going through the roof. If you pay your lads minimum wage or whatever, that's just gone up as well. So if you pay one lad, two lads, three lads, you know, minimum wage has gone up X amount. That goes on top. Your prices have gone on top. So it's not difficult to reach the £85,000 VAT threshold now, is it? There's many people out there that they're in the same boat. And we've been hovering around it for so long, and it's been driving me cuckoo for so long, worrying, sleepless nights, thinking, am I going to be above? Am I going to have to backdate it? So we're doing it. We're on it because haven't got a choice in the matter. We're doing it. There's a few stumbling blocks with it. I still am having sleepless nights about it because I am a bit of a overthinker and a bit of a worrier, as you are. And yeah, it's a difficult one. We've done the right thing. We had to do it. We've done the right thing. So what I'm doing now is I'm blithering and waffling. So I will say, enjoy your weekend. It's Saturday today, so enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your Sunday. I'll probably post this video on Wednesday, possibly. So yeah, be interesting to see your thoughts. If you watch the channel, we're doing a massive project now, Titanic project. That's what we've called it, down in Cardiff. So if you haven't seen it, please have a look. There's plenty of other videos on there, and I really appreciate everybody. There's a lot of regulars on there now, names I'm becoming familiar with, too many to mention, and I really appreciate you guys, all your comments and all your help that you've given us, because we've learned so much of people willing to say, why didn't you do it like this? And we're not afraid for people to be, you know, for people to make a suggestion. We never shy away from people suggesting to do something, or a different way to do it, as long as the comments are kept nice and respectful, and people don't keep recommenting, and you feel like then you're being picked on a little bit. But there's a lot of you guys out there that I really look for certain ones, and there's new ones coming through all the time who are equally as helpful, and there's ones on there that we're helping. How do you do your patio base, and how do you do this? So I'm managing to people are managing to help me, and I'm managing to help them. So what goes around comes around. So it's really good. So anyway, take care. Please like, please subscribe, leave your comments below. I'm waffling. See you soon. I'm going to enjoy my coffee. Goodbye.